King Kuranes by Omar Cuellar. The dim, flickering glow of the electric light danced in the half-darkness of Bastian's room. Outside, the night wind of 1985 moaned through the bare branches of Montpelier, Vermont, whispering through the dusty window panes the same obsession that had tormented Bastian for so long. At 80 years old, Bastian feared his bed almost as much as he feared death itself. He knew that each time he closed his eyes, he might never open them again. Age had weakened his body, but not his mind, which still burned with the same obsession that had consumed him for 6 decades. It all began when he was 20, during a particularly vivid dream in which he glimpsed the mythical city of Celephaeus. Its marble streets shone under an impossible moon, and in the heart of its magnificent palace, seated before an ebony piano, King Kuranes played a celestial melody. Never in his life had Bastian heard anything so wonderful. When he awoke, the impression of that vision marked him forever. Bastian needed to see that man again playing those frenzied melodies on his piano. From that moment on, every night became an unrelenting search. He tried again and again to find that man, but the kingdom of dreams is capricious, and Kuranes slipped away from him like an unreachable specter, sometimes mocking all his efforts with diabolical laughter. In his desperation, Bastian began to sleep more and more, neglecting his earthly life in favor of a chimerical existence in the oniric world. He spent entire years searching for a king who existed only in his mind. His friends drifted away, his family forgot him, but none of that mattered to Bastian anymore. Finding King Kuranes was the only thing that still held meaning. Time passed that way until he reached 80. Now a terrible clarity assailed him. He had wasted his life, lost the vigor of youth, and squandered his days in a frenzy of failed dreams. The fury he felt was scorching, but resignation weighed heavier. He prepared himself for one last night of rest, certain that his body could not endure many more. And it was then that he found him. This time, the dream did not elude him. Celephaeus stretched out before his eyes, its radiance intact, as though the decades of obsession had not been in vain. And there, in his palace of gold and amethyst, Kuranes waited for him, seated at the piano, a mocking smile on his face. But Bastian was no longer the absorbed young man of long ago. He was an old man consumed by resentment. With inhuman determination, he advanced toward the monarch and, with a weapon the dream itself provided, dealt him a mortal blow to the neck. Kuranes barely had time to strike one final chord before collapsing, and when he did, Bastian felt an immediate change. A torrent of energy flooded through him. His body revitalized, and his wrinkles began to fade. He was young again. More than that, he was the king. He rose upon the throne, feeling the weight of absolute power settle upon his shoulders. Celephaeus was his. He reigned with arrogant joy, gazing upon the city he had visited for so long in the hope of once again hearing Kuranes play the piano. But his delight was short-lived. Barely a few hours later, a brutal stab of pain tore through his chest. His hands trembled, his vision darkened. He felt the stolen vitality draining from his body as quickly as he had gained it. An atrocious pain ripped a scream from his throat, and in that instant he understood his fate. In his bed in Montpelier, his lifeless body slumped forward. His heart had given out, defeated by old age and the strain of his fleeting victory. And as Bastian perished in the real world, Celephaeus began to crumble in the realm of dreams. Its towers collapsed, its streets dissolved into nothingness, and the grand city, which had endured through countless ages, ceased to exist. The wind outside fell silent, as though the world itself had paused in mourning. Bastian's room sank into complete stillness, and with his final breath, a dream pursued for 60 years was extinguished forever.